Howdy folks, this is Randy, your sewing machine man. What we're looking at here is a Project Runway Brother limited edition CE 1125 PRW computerized sewing machine. And this little guy came in for service because the hand wheel was bound up and it would not turn. Of course, it wasn't going to function. Generally, that is a function of not having any oil in it, because a lot of these leave the factories with no oil. They're bone dry. If you're the one that opened up the sealed carton, you're the first one to touch it since it left Vietnam, Thailand, China, wherever your machine came from. And it had quite a journey coming over here on a container ship, and it's been en route for a while. So if they splash a little oil on it on the way here, it still dry as a bum. Most often, like I encourage this customer to oil the area down here in the center of the bobbin case, right there in the very center. That's generally where, when they're bound up, usually some WD-40 on there, preferably some spray loose, some sort of a penetrating oil right here, and that'll usually bind them and get them going. This one was not that way. This young lady was very good about working it and being very diligent to get it going. It would not cooperate, so she brought it to me, and I thought, well, I'll work it for a while. And I worked it for about an hour, and said, no, there's something else going on. So we pulled out the 20 screws that hold it together and cracked it open, and found that down below, the problem was right here in the let's see if we can get it in the camera here. So what's going on in the lower drive. What's going on in the lower drive? Right here, there's a bearing, and this bearing was fused onto the shaft. Instead of the shaft turning into bearing, the whole bearing was going into this little cap here. These caps are put on with little plastic gripping metal, like little sheet metal screws that go into the plastic. There's absolutely no frame in this machine. There was some contention in some comments earlier about the Singer that I'm not crazy about, that says it's heavy duty. Well, that's not my idea of heavy duty, but in defense of that machine, at least it does have a metal frame, which is better than this one. This one's honest to goodness OMG. Are you kidding me? Look inside here. You got a metal shaft on top, a metal shaft on bottom. You have a timing belt putting in together, and everything else is plastic. Plastic frame, everything's plastic. Now, this is not a bad little machine compared to what you're going to get these days. Everybody's doing this. You have a pulse motor to make your feeders go. You got a pulse motor to make your needle bar go left and right. Pulse motors come out of Thailand, and they're making a bunch of these, and a lot of machines have them, not just the Brother. They're showing up in a lot of machines. So they take these components, they put them together to make the machine, and if you understand that it's going to be able to do what it's designed to do, which is sew lightweight stuff. Shirts and jammies and blouses and pillowcases, don't get on a lot of layers, and don't try to force your hand wheel. Most people break their machine when their machine decides it doesn't want to go through a fabric. They grab the hand wheel and try to make it go, and then something pops. So it's the operator's fault for trying to make the machine do what it doesn't want to do. If it won't shove the needle through, it's saying, okay, I'm done. This ain't happening. So don't try to make it do what it can't do. Otherwise, we'll get this one back together, and it's gonna be fine. It's gonna sew like a brand new one, because now the bearing is unfused from the shaft, so it's good to go.